Ooh, what's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarouche.
And this is the Nerdy,
the Wordy,
the Smut Club. That's right, you have joined us for our discussion of Tusk Love, a book that is a fictional book that a company made into a real book.
I think it's still a fictional book. Like this
The
book
genre
is
still fiction, but it is now a real book.
Yes, it is a book that exists.
When Jester Lavore stepped into a fictional bookshop created on the spot by one Mark Mercer
I did see that
in
one.
Critical Role, they invented a book called Tusk Love, a smut story for this innocent young tiefling, the daughter of a...
Tiefling?
Jester's a tiefling.
Oh, Jester. I was like, did I miss something?
A way for Laura Bailey, who has a very, very dirty mind, to have her very innocent daughter of a prostitute learn about sex through the age-old art form of fan fiction.
Great.
The same way we all learned about sex.
Yeah, love that. Yeah.
And that was years ago now. And now here we are years later, and we have Tusk Love.
Yeah. Honestly, cover's pretty banging. They crushed it. Looks good.
Yeah, they got it from Chastity's Nook. A great name for a bookstore, especially considering
I was like,
not that chaste.
They got the art from what?
No, the bookstore in Critical Role that they got it is Chastity's Nook.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Nerdy rocking that Molly shirt. Yeah, Brian Bell. I had to rock some Campaign 2 merch for this, as we're talking about a book that
course.
is primarily focused upon in Campaign 2.
Yeah. How we doing, chat? How we doing for a little Wednesday morning book club? Because usually we do smut on Sundays, but this time it's Wednesday.
3 times we've done smut on Sundays, but the majority of our other smutty book clubs have been on Wednesdays.
3. Oh, well.
We did 3 Kushiel's Darts on Sundays, but then we did all of and then I
Morning
did
Glory
Onyx
Milking
Storm.
Farm was Sundays.
Was that a Sunday?
Yeah.
But then we did Fourth Wing on a Wednesday.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
We really do smut every day in this house.
Yeah. Every day is smut day, if you believe hard enough.
If you're horny enough, every day is smut day. Yeah, the glorious cover of the book is done by Arian Makwo. Thank you for bringing that up, Ember Eyes. One of the things I love about this book, and I love a lot about this book. Mm-hmm. Warning, chat. This is gonna be a pretty positive book club. I think Thea Guanzon, I hope I pronounced that right, did a great job. Mm-hmm. But the cover is gorgeous.
Yeah.
There's a great little back cover with some blurbs. But then if you take the cover off, you get the cover as drawn by Jester with her and Ford.
Yeah.
Her little half-orc love. And you get some different reviews. These reviews are the reviews of the cast of Campaign 2 of Critical Role. Not the cast, the characters they play.
Of course, yeah.
Caduceus Clay says, a comforting read with a nice cup of tea. Nice.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Caleb Widowgast says, while one could easily scoff at the novel's spicy nature, the depth and yearning that Oscar and Guinevere share lights the proper spark for the love story's heat. I agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that. Beauregard, she writes, it's pretty hot.
Also true.
Yeah, fewer words than Caleb Widowgast,
Yeah,
but you know.
yeah. Makes sense.
Yasha, the orphan maker, she says 2 thumbs up. 2. Both thumbs. Yeah. Agreed with that.
I mean, yeah, I would also agree with that.
Veth Bernardo, despite being disappointed there's no Minotaurs, and it does say it's an explosion, fluffernutter, of sultry delight.
Sultry delight, yeah.
Do I need to read all these? Have we gotten through this joke?
I don't know. Are there any that like you think stand out to you?
I mean, I do like that they got one from Pumat Soul, who's one of the favorite shopkeepers. He said,
"Oh, okay.
I thought it was a great little read. A real page turner, I'd say."
Great, yeah. Is that his voice?
Kind of. It's close.
Yeah, close enough.
For trying to whip it out on book club without thinking about it beforehand, I think I did all right. Chat.
Great improv. Well done. 10 out of 10.
Brian Bell says they may have gotten the audiobook and physical version. Guess what, Brian Bell? Me too.
Yeah, we have both. I think I did like audiobook for like the first half.
Yeah.
And then I like read the second half, but yeah, it's a fun little book.
It's a fun, it definitely is a little bit of a traditional paint by numbers like Penny Dreadful, but there is enough, like, A, quality writing,
Yeah.
and B, interesting characters to sort of elevate it beyond just being there purely for the smut.
Yeah, and like I, not having watched campaign 2, like I found the mystery fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that I was like expecting. Like, I had no idea what was in the trunk, right?
I really thought it was going to be a vestige of Divergence.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, well, because when they did Exandria Unlimited,
Yeah.
and the series had like level 3 characters dealing with the Lulth's crown, and you're like, this is way too powerful an artifact for these level 3 characters to be around.
Yeah.
I thought that we were gonna get something similar here with
Fair. Yeah.
them ending up with like a truly like ancient powerful artifact, and they kind of do, right? With the jewels of the elemental that they end up with, right? But
Elemental?
they're like elementally. It basically is the Spark Wielder set from Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, great.
You can build up lightning charges across your various things and use them for things.
Very fun.
And yeah, so it was just a really it was so fascinating because obviously it's based on Campaign 2 of Critical Role.
Yeah.
A lot of the language comes from Daggerheart.
I noticed that. Like Katara.
Katari. Well, they started
Katari.
using Katari in Critical Role before Daggerheart came out, but
I knew that.
But they keep calling tieflings infernals.
Yeah.
Like this is totally a meta, like outside of the book conversation, but it is interesting the ways in which they're
like
they're critical.
undeified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they did the same thing with Vox Machina, right? The TV show. There's ways in which they're like, this is based on a D&D thing, but we can't legally use beholders, so
we're gonna un-D&Dify it a wee bit, just in case.
Yeah, it's also there are some fun moments in the audiobook. I didn't do any reactions, but the audiobook for this definitely has some language that cracked me up just for pronunciation reasons. Like that one point they're like they say Jorhas, but I think it's the guy is like Zorhas, and I was like, what the fuck is Zorhas? And then there's also a moment where the woman she says there won't be any piano forts.
Oh.
And this is such an elitist like bullshit thing to laugh about, but it's pianoforte.
Yeah, it is.
But I was like, was she like building like pillow forts under her piano?
Piano
like my
forts,
brain was trying to figure out what she meant by piano fort.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That one's a pretty common enough word that like
among our circles, but like I don't think that the majority of people know what pianoforte is. Right? Like I just don't think that that's a very commonly used term.
Yeah, I guess
people just
so.
say piano. And so yeah, just piano fort. It just gave me a chuckle. I was like, did you take a bunch of pianos and build a fort out of pianos? Like
it's a very expensive fort.
It's a very, very expensive fort.
Yeah. I would not risk it if I were you.
Yeah.
I do not recommend.
So this book is the story of Guinevere, a young woman traveling the Amber Road all by her lonesome with a couple of guards, a couple of oxen, and a cart, as well as some priceless jewels.
Yeah.
And
her dowry.
She's trying to get to her betrothed
and her parents,
Lord Wensleydale.
Yep.
In the beautiful city of Nicodranus on the Menagerie Coast.
Yeah.
And obviously, there's so many reasons why Jester would love this, but part of it is that the goal is her hometown, right? Mm-hmm. The whole book, this girl is yearning to go to the place where Jester calls home. And I love that for her. There's also some other callbacks to Jester. When we do get to the Opal of the Ocean at the end of the book, this book being Jester's favorite smut book and having a character who is a pastiche of her mom be in the book was wild. It did not expect that at all. And maybe they talk about that in campaign 2 because Jester's mom is the Ruby of the Sea.
Oh,
who is a burlesque like a burlesque performer / prostitute in Nicodranus in the game. And so when they get to the Opal of the Ocean, I was like, oh, this is literally Jester's mom.
Well, the saddest part, she's not even actually in it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That was so sad. I was like, I want to meet this lady, but yeah, there's things like that because I haven't seen campaign 2, like I don't know, but there was nothing that I felt was like an inside joke that I was like missing. Felt like I enjoyed the book well enough.
No, the book
right?
does not lean on it at all, which I really appreciated.
Yeah, so did I. Because if I had been like lost, I love what Critical Role does. I just have a hard time watching that amount of long form content.
Same.
Yeah, it's fine. You only did it in like a year and a half.
I've seen every episode of Critical Role.
Yeah, no, I know. But I have loved Vox Machina. I cannot wait for the Mighty Nine show to come out. Like genuinely, I'm so excited for it. So I was, a little bit apprehensive that like this would have so many tie-ins and things that I just didn't recognize. But I think, they did a great job of making this book pretty available to anyone who saw it on a shelf, liked the cover, and picked it up and started reading.
I completely agree. The book starts with sort of a traditional, spicy novel premise. We get Guinevere and her guards. They're traveling down the road.
Yep.
And they get ambushed by
They're
bandits.
Attacked.
Oh no.
Oh,
and
no.
all of her guards are immediately killed. And it's hard to say that he comes to her rescue. Because Oscar, in some ways, does come to her rescue. This strapping, tall, half-orc boy with his sexy-ass tusks.
Yeah.
But I like that this book kind of twists the meet cute on its head by having Guinevere save herself first, right?
Yeah.
And she saves herself because Guinevere was born in a fire, in a crazy blaze, and because of that is connected to a wildfire spirit.
Yeah.
And so she has this like elemental fire magic ability inside of her.
Yeah.
And it comes out in this moment of stress.
Yeah.
And so I did appreciate that Guinevere is spoiled and like lacking in life skills because of her upbringing, but as a character isn't useless.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the women in these books are literally like the most pampered, kind of like pointless like characterizations.
Yeah.
And Guinevere is much more than that and desires to be much more than that in a way that I found I could relate to her better because of.
I think that like in a way, you said obviously the story is a bit paint by numbers, but I think the characters are less so. I think that her being a character who is not useless, does not have to learn how to be empathetic.
Yeah,
makes mistakes, right? Like, and that she is very, very much aware of.
Yeah.
But like, but that empathy for other people is already there. That desire to be able to take care of herself and find independence and individuality. Like those are things that I feel like in these types of stories often don't really exist in the character beforehand until they're kind of like pried out of them.
Yeah.
Whereas Guinevere wears her heart on her sleeve. She's just been brought up in a world and by people that have forced her to shut down.
Yeah. And I think that one of the things that really helps with that is that Oscar, so we meet Oscar, he's this half-orc blacksmith's apprentice.
Yes. He saves her from like the lead bandit.
Yeah.
They tussle.
It's a very well-written fight.
Yeah.
Thea Gonzon writes the sex well, but also writes interesting action that I appreciated.
Yeah, I thought the writing was great all around, honestly.
And so Oscar is from a mining town, very poor. He's recently lost his mom.
Yes.
And is really struggling to emote and to like be vulnerable because of that,
yes.
right? And the thing about Oscar that I think Thea, if I'm mispronouncing her name, I'm so sorry. But the thing that I think she nails with him as a character is that he is angry towards rich people, like as a concept.
Yeah.
But is able to empathize with them one-on-one.
Yes.
And sometimes the like poverty-stricken but strapping man in books like this can be a little bit hampered by the fact that they make them like disdained towards every individual rich person.
Yeah.
Whereas Oscar has a much more like three-dimensional view of the world as a character and is able to distinguish between her as a rich person and her as a person and separates those two things.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that he's always the kindest to her, and that doesn't mean that he doesn't make mistakes towards her. He does.
Yeah.
But he doesn't treat her as a monolith. And the book doesn't try and make a what I think a lot of these kinds of stories do, which is make the case of like, I hate rich people, but you're a different one.
Yeah.
That's not what Oscar's point of view on her is.
No.
Oscar's like, I hate the system.
Yeah.
And I hate people that revel in the system.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have empathy for this girl. And he has empathy for her very early on.
Yeah.
It's not this thing that like clicks in later when they start having sex.
Yeah.
Which can sometimes drive me crazy.
Yeah.
When two characters, when they do the like slow burn and the characters aren't at all nice to each other until they fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, but you're not really nice to each other. You're just sleeping together.
Yeah, I know people like the enemies to lovers trope, but when it's just people kind of like sniping at one another and like just like being not good people, I'm like, I don't know what would entice you to then fuck that person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't get it. It's not my thing.
Yeah, and this book doesn't do enemies to lovers, but there's a bunch of tropes in it. But I think that it plays with those tropes in a way that I just really enjoyed. I think that this book it's short. It's not a difficult read.
No.
It's not overly complicated. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to teach you huge life lessons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it is so enjoyable and it flies by. Like
Yeah.
I listened, I did the audiobook for it, as I've been wont to do lately. And I listened to it in a like 2 solid sessions.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, you know what I'm going to do for the next 3 hours? I'm just going to live in this world. And
Yep.
it was great. I had a blast with that.
Yeah, I read this book in literally like 2 sessions.
Yeah. And it because of that ability for it to just fly by, I totally understand how Jester read it and reread it and read it on that campaign now, right? I think that Thea wrote a book that fits into my understanding of what Jester was doing when she was constantly reading the book in the campaign. Because
Right.
I get how it could be that kind of a comfort novel for someone.
Yeah.
Because it isn't just smut and it isn't just slow burn. It has a really... one of the things I think this book does really well is it has this really healthy mix of its elements. The balance is really nice.
Yes, absolutely.
And so you get a fully balanced breakfast, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you got your protein, you got your carbs, and you got your fats. It's all great.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, and the protein is Oscar's cum.
Yeah,
Well, actually,
sure.
no, I don't think she ever swallows.
No, that doesn't happen.
Yet.
No. Yeah, look, hey, they've got the rest of their lives together. I'm sure there will be plenty of other things explored. We need Tusk Love too.
This is the first smut book I've written in a while that doesn't have a blowjob in it.
That you've read?
Yeah.
You said written.
I've written no. It's that I've read in a while that doesn't have a blowjob in it.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
she doesn't know. If none of the ladies at court like giggled about it, she wouldn't even know.
That is why when the reveal in the book that she doesn't know what a penis is, she just has heard the term manhood and wants to see a manhood was very funny. To me.
Yeah. She is so sheltered. Her parents have basically like kept her prisoner for her whole life. Her only interactions are in very like public situations with other people, at balls, at dinners, at high tea, such and such, and so she has a very narrow, naive view of the world because she has not been given the opportunity to explore any of it. And so her being able to go on this adventure with Oscar, I thought was just really beautiful because of how she was able to see everything. And it's part of why Oscar is so taken with her is how she is able to view the world.
Yeah. Brian Bell in the chat is bringing up, I might have been squealing during the waterfall scene. Yes.
Waterfall scene is banging.
Smut?
Yeah, let's talk smut.
So they go on this adventure and they have to pass through Oscar's hometown. Oscar... I want to be really clear. This book is inspired by Tangled. We fully get... Oscar is Flynn Rider.
Okay.
She is Rapunzel. And we get to his hometown in the Dust Bellows, and we get the full-on ugly duckling bar scene where we meet his, like, former thieving compatriots, and they're all actually kind of great people who would love to be living a better life, but just can't because of their situation. Like, we literally get, like, I had a dream, but instead it's a shopping scene.
I don't know.
The only twist on Tangled is that her parents suck at the end. But there's literally an evil magic woman chasing them.
Yeah.
There's a valiant horse that does a kicking and shit in the fights.
Yeah.
This is literally the movie Tangled if you made it into a smut book set in the Critical Universe.
Yeah, but I think that if Oscar Flynn Rider hadn't showed up, like, that they would have just taken her things and robbed her.
I don't think they would have. They seemed so charmed by her. They seemed genuinely charmed by her.
Oh, I thought they were, like, carrying all of her stuff so that then they could just take it all.
But why would they rob her of the mundane items she was trading jewelry for? That doesn't make any sense. They would have robbed her when she had the jewelry, but she's traded away the jewelry and now she just has, like, apples and shit. They helped her shop for, like, what are they going to do with a woman's size 7 boot? I think they were literally like,
one of them is bleeding out.
One of them is bleeding out the whole time.
The whole time.
She wakes up the morning after staying at Oscar's house and she stumbles into the street to find supplies for her journey.
Yeah.
And she walks into 2 guys who are gang leaders, one of whom has just stabbed the other.
Yeah.
And is like, oh, you guys are nice guys. I think that she's so charismatic. She convinces them that they could have a nice day.
She rolled in at 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they'd want to have a nice day. I think that Esperos is just hard. And she brings in this, like, moment for them where they don't have to be bad guys.
Yeah.
Where this girl sees them in a way they wish they could see themselves. And so I think they're being genuinely taking care of her. Also, she is a lady. Like, there is a consequence to fucking with her in that someone could show up and try and find out what happened that doesn't happen to someone else in the Dust Bellows.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And so, like, it's actually more trouble than it's worth to rob someone of her station.
Yeah.
And which is, I think, part of it.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
But it, like, the book, the book is just so tangled. It's so funny to me.
Yeah.
With the horse, and the only thing it needed was, like, a chameleon little fucking friend for her. And she does get delivered to her parents at the end. The difference, obviously, is her parents in the movie Tangled are great. And in this...
They're the worst.
They're the worst. They're the fucking worst.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, all that to say, she is like, I'm going to go forward. He has to go up to Brofcraw to meet his parents' clan. And he's like, I can't let this fucking idiot woman travel alone down the road. She's going to die, and I'm going to feel bad about it. So he decides that instead of going north, he's going to go south with her, and he'll get to Brofcraw later.
Yeah.
His mother's dying wish. So they travel. Basically, the rest of the book is they travel together. And slowly, they start to fuck. Which leads to, in my opinion, even though there is much more penetrative scenes later on.
Yeah.
The best scene in the whole book is the waterfall.
Yeah, I think so.
It's the hottest smut, and they don't have sex. It's fantastic.
Oh, it's great. I will say, I actually thought, like, all the smut was pretty great.
Oh, yeah,
like,
all of it's good, yeah.
All of it was, like, hot for different reasons,
Mm-hmm.
which I loved. I love having, like, variety in there, because I feel like, you know, we've been reading the Fourth Wing books, and I feel like the sex is just, like, all, like, sex, and it's, like, fine.
Well, and in the Fourth Wing book, there's so much, like, orgasm counting, and, like, talk about, like, how many orgasms you're gonna have.
Yeah, which I'm like, all right.
Fourth Wing, the sex almost feels competitive in a way that I'm not that interested in.
Yeah.
When we were reading the books, when I said to you at some point in the week, I was like, this book writes sex that I would like to have.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just hot because it's, like, someone's written down spicy details of someone else's sex.
Right.
I was like, oh, this book details sex that I would enjoy having.
Yes.
And that, to me, was really impressive.
Yes.
And I think that I realized, like, because Fourth Wing, like, some of the sex scenes, I'm like, this doesn't sound
yeah, I'm like, oh,
good.
Oh, wow, okay. I mean, I guess, like, go at it like fucking rabbits if you want. Like, sure.
I think they write sex scenes that I'm like, oh, I am turned on by the thought of being a participant in this kind of sex.
Yeah, like, this was, I think, for my taste at least, a great blend of, like, romantic and build up and tease and also sex. Like it has all of those things.
Part of it for me was that it felt genuinely intimate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It felt like and this is why the waterfall scene I think is my favorite, is there's so much exploration in it and so much discovery in it that it felt like a genuine experience of something that an experience neither of these characters ever really had before.
Yeah.
Because, like, Oscar isn't a virgin coming into the book.
Yeah.
But he's had a different... it doesn't seem like he's had a very, like, intimate or, like, softer side to his sex life.
Yeah.
And with Guinevere, she's never had anything. And I don't even
She's
think she
never had
masturbates. Like,
she's never had relationships.
yeah.
You know, she spends all the time with her parents, and her parents suck, and her parents get mad at her if she tries to make friends with the help.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and she's not allowed to go outside because they're worried she's going to burn the village down.
yeah.
So the reality of these scenes is just that they're very personal to these characters in a way that I found to be very intentional. You know, there's a few sex scenes in the book that we don't see, but the ones that we do see are chosen because of how important they are to character development. And I think that's another big part of it for me with this book is the sex scenes in this book are used to be more than just, and now they fuck for 12 pages.
Yeah, like when he's like, "Oh, you're a brat," because she's like super like sexually frustrated, but she doesn't realize it. She's like, "Oscar's being annoying. Like, he's being annoying. How dare he with his like shoulders be standing there?"
Well,
you know what I mean?
It's later on in the journey when they've been traveling for a few days without really stopping because they're starting to get closer, and so they pick up the pace because they're being hunted. We find out they're being hunted by mercenaries.
Yes,
and
who want her and the trunk with her dowry inside.
She has this trunk with her the whole time that's magically locked. We'll get to the trunk later. And so they're being hunted by mercenaries. So Oscar starts pushing them at this pace. This is after they've had sex for the first time in the inn.
Yeah.
And it's been like 4 days without his dick inside of her.
Yeah.
And she gets so mad that she just starts being a pain in the ass about everything.
She
it's
just
hilarious.
sits down.
Yeah,
she's like, "I'm not moving. Fuck you."
Although, I'm going to be real honest. If you have a pebble in your shoe and you're hiking, just take it out.
Yeah, it's
immediately.
It
is not worth it to let that shit roll around in your shoe.
No.
That is going to cause you more problems later than you want.
Yeah. Don't. Yeah.
And so he fucks her against a tree, and he's like, "Oh, you're being a pain in the ass because I haven't been fucking you enough." And I was like, this is great. This book's awesome.
Yeah. Very
this
funny.
book is fantastic.
But again, like in a kind of comedic way, like character development, because Guinevere is a character who does not understand that she has wants yet, right? She doesn't know how to want things. She doesn't know how to ask for things.
Yeah.
Like she's like, she is so sheltered that she does not understand the emotions that she is experiencing.
And it's such a good point.
It's very funny. Like, I read this and I was like giggling. Like, 'cause I was like, oh, it's hot, but it's also very funny.
But it's and this is one of the things that I think is so successful about this book is that the book is very funny. I think Thea Guanzon is a very funny writer.
Yeah, 100%.
She writes comedy into serious situations in a way that does not feel like it deflates tension.
No.
And I think that's a really impressive skill. Like, I'm watching One Piece, right? And I fucking love One Piece. But sometimes the humor of One Piece, oh my God, I just watched Strong World, the One Piece movie last night. And it is so damn good. I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Spoilers for the One Piece fans.
Well, yeah. It's going to go on Patreon in like 20 minutes here.
Oh, true. That's fair.
But there's a character in it whose shoes make fart noises. So every time he walks, it's a fart noise. And it's like kind of funny for a scene. And then by the end of the movie, I literally, every time this character shows up on screen, you watch your reaction. I'm literally sitting there like, I want him to die.
Yeah.
I want him to. And like, it's comedy. And obviously One Piece is for kids. And so I don't know. I don't think that kids need to be pandered to like that. But the comedy detracts from everything around it.
Yeah.
Even as great a writer as Oda is, right? For me, this is so different in that she so successfully writes comedy that doesn't take me out of the moment.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, especially for a story like this.
I also think that she was able to really capture the fantasy vibe, but also keeping in mind how Critical Role talks as their characters.
Yes.
Like
I agree with that.
there are modernisms that are in the games and in the show, like that exist in this world, but it still felt like very fantastical. And I like that was a thing that I didn't really notice till the very end, because I was thinking about the Critical Role as their shows, right? And I was like, oh, I think it was very seamlessly integrated. The balance of what all of the Critical Role cast members have established as what the world feels like and how people talk, while also I think having her own voice in this novel. Because I was like, man, that I feel like it's kind of almost harder to write something around a pre-established existing story or idea.
Well, because I have to imagine part of the writing process for this book was
what are all of the things that Jester said about the book over
140 episodes.
Yes.
Over 5 years.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like, what are all of the... 4 years? I can't remember how long my nine went on.
Several years.
Yeah, there's something about, like, how did they even find... I'm sure, you know what? They probably use Florindo's timestamps. He might have timestamped every time Jester talks about this. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that Jester says is in the book.
Yeah.
And I don't know I don't remember everything Jester says is in the book.
No, but somebody will.
I'm sure it's all in here.
Yeah.
I'm sure everything she mentions is in the book, for sure.
Because the fans will double check.
Oh, yeah. Well, and you know what? Like, I think that one of the things that is... one of the things that's interesting about this book is that because it is written to be a book in Critical Role, it has this weird... this might be the first traditionally published
book that exists
within a series.
A D&D campaign, yeah.
Just within anything. Like, yeah. Well, no, actually, no, because I guess you would have, like...
Oh,
that's not true. Harry Potter.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling published Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
And
Monster Book of Monsters.
Yeah, there was another one, too.
Quidditch Through the Ages.
That's it, yeah. Yeah, so I guess this has happened before.
Yeah, but those were, like textbooks, like teensy tiny little textbooks. This is the first...
but the size of the book doesn't really matter.
No, but I think that this is the first, like story book, if that makes sense.
Sure, yeah. I'm sure there's something else. I'm sure there's, like, a book in Star Trek that got published or something like that.
Maybe, yeah.
But it's such an interesting... The language thing that you bring up is so fascinating to me because this is a fantasy book, but the fantasy language of it is the world of Exandria, which is a modern sort of fantasy language that has been created by the cast.
Yes.
And has changed over time, right? Like, the show has even become less fantasy from campaign 1 to campaign 3 as, you know, they've introduced more robots and sort of like more modernism.
Space travel.
No, not
I don't know.
yet,
There's shit about moons. So you were like...
Yes. But you still have to get there magically. It's not...
Sure,
they don't have, like, spaceships.
Darn.
Yeah.
Not Fast and the Furious?
Fast and the Furious... what?
I was just making a joke that they go to space in Fast and Furious.
I was like,
doesn't matter.
What Fast and Furious books have you been reading? I want to write the in-universe Fast and Fiction Smut book. Fast and Furious Fiction Smut book.
They're just saying, like, family all the time? Because that'd be weird. I'm not going to lie. I don't know how I feel about that one. Some of our chat was talking about the there's only one bed humor. That moment was very funny. And was repeated for, I think, extra comedy. He's like, what do you mean is there a shortage of bed? And the guy's like, I don't, it's travel season, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
we're a busy inn, my guy.
We're also cheap. Like, I go somewhere else.
Yeah, it is so fascinating now how this is such a, like, non-issue in the real world because almost every room is 2 beds now. Like, the majority of hotels we stay in, we can't even get... Like, I would rather have a single bed and have a little bit more floor space for the 2 of us.
Then have, like, 2 queen beds, yeah.
But the number of times you and I stay in hotels with 2 queen beds, and we're like, I guess this bed is the luggage bed, and this bed... Because there's also no floor space to put our luggage.
Yeah.
So our luggage is on the other bed.
But, like, if you want, like, 1 king bed, it's more expensive.
It's more expensive, yeah, to have less space.
Yeah,
I don't get the one... I understand that it is a trope that people love. I don't see it as like as a selling point. I find it very odd that people are like, oh, I only read 1 bed at the inn stories. And I'm like, why? Why is that your kink?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, on Book Talk, there are girls who are like, here are all of the best one bed at the inn stories.
Oh, I didn't know that that was an entire genre.
Yeah, it's like a, well, it's not a genre. So modern books, mostly romantasy, are being sold to their audience the way that I used to read tags on AO3, right? And book publishers are,
Or how you find pornography.
yeah,
Yeah.
but that's how I used to
Anal,
read books on
lesbian.
AO3.
Yeah.
And so one of the weird things about it is that there's this generation of readers, and I know that I complained about smut readers on Monday on the Onyx Storm Book Club. I'm sorry if I'm doing that again. But there's a generation of readers now who are just becoming used to the concept of just getting spoiled. And I find that fascinating. Like, if you tell me a book is enemies to lovers, then the love triangle in the book is meaningless because you've already told me who she ends up with. I would rather read the book and get there with the characters on my own.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Right? Obviously, like a book like this, like obviously, I saw the cover. I know Oscar and Guinevere. They're the only two real, like, full book characters in the book. I know they're going to end up together. I don't feel spoiled by knowing they're going to end up together.
Yeah.
Because this book is about how they end up together.
Yeah.
But if you hand me a book and it is a love triangle story and there's two guys and they're both interesting, and which one is she going to go for?
Yeah.
Becomes like the story. But like the cover is like a great enemies to lovers story, then all of the work the book does to tell me a story is wasted.
Right. Yeah, I know what you mean.
By the way that you sold it to me.
Yeah.
And so the using tags as a selling point to me is
kind of undermined.
Odd.
Yeah, it spoils
it's very
itself.
odd
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
This is not the same as content warnings. I do not mind books having content warnings at the front.
Yeah, of course.
Especially because you can flip by them.
Yes.
You know, if you're the kind of person that needs content warnings, then they should exist for you.
Absolutely.
And if you're the kind of person that needs content warnings, then getting spoiled on something isn't a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. But if I'm going to pick up a book and like it says like enemies to lovers on the cover.
Yeah.
And I open the book and it's not immediately like an enemies to lovers situation and I'm like, "Oh, well, now I know where this is going." Like this time at the beginning of the book is kind of wasted because I know because it's it's been spoiled what the book is going to explore.
Wyvern Tark says, got just a skosh of fake relationship too when they were traveling clan between Zadash and Alfield. Yes. When they're so they meet this clan after they leave Zadash. One of the fun things about this book is a lot of these locations are the initial journey that Mighty Nine takes from Zadash to Nicodranus in the campaign.
Yeah. Which, like, that's pretty cool.
And Alfield is the town the campaign starts in.
Oh, gotcha.
I believe that's correct. I think that's where they fight the gnolls. Or, no, that might be where the toad thing happens. But, yeah, Alfield's right at the beginning. They go to Zash, and then they take this road to Nicodranus in the campaign. Mm-hmm. So there is a fun element for Jester, she picks up this book, and she finds this like beautiful princess girl going to her hometown down the road she started this journey with her friends on.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, it in no way impacts the quality of the book, but as someone who did watch it and loved the campaign.
Yeah.
It's just that nice extra detail.
Yeah. And also like fleshing out the journey that Mighty Nine took, right?
A little bit,
because they meet people on this road who I'm assuming are probably not in the campaign, obviously, because this is a fictional book within this world, right? But they meet the Bone Crushers.
Bone Crusher clan.
Bone Crusher clan.
First, they meet the Druid.
Yes, they meet the Druid who helps.
Caduceus.
Right. Yeah. And the Druid helps Guinevere unlock her powers. She's able to now speak to this fire spirit, that is chilling inside of her.
And then after Zadash, they meet a lovely little clan of goblins and others, because all are welcome.
Yeah. With
the Bone Crushers, who have this wonderful matriarch and a bard who plays just the dirtiest tunes. The joy I felt at Oscar's frustration that Guinevere might understand what the songs mean, but she never does, was fantastic.
Yeah.
And the fact that I thought they were going to get to town and she was going to keep singing these songs, not knowing what they were. We never kind of took it that far. But the fact that she keeps singing these songs to Oscar.
The Hills of Tanchico.
It is a Hills of Tanchico moment.
Yeah.
And I wanted the realization moment. It's the one thing I feel like we did miss in this book was Oscar being like, the sword in the song is my penis.
Yeah.
And her being like, no, I've been singing it out loud all day on the road.
Yeah.
But really, it's good. The Bone Crushers were great. I completely understand why they leave the Bone Crushers behind.
Yeah. They don't want to put them in danger.
Yeah, so they get attacked by these mercenaries multiple times, and one of the times the Bone Crushers come to their aid, and they end up killing off the wizard. But
the Bone Crushers they take some significant injuries.
No casualties.
No casualties, thankfully. But injuries for sure.
And so they leave. The only thing is the reason they leave is the same justification that Guinevere had to leave him in the Dust Bellows. Where she's like, you're going to get hurt because of me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go off on my own. And he's like, that's unacceptable. I'm coming with you. And then later on, he's like, you guys are going to get hurt because of us. And Guinevere's like, I think I said that. I think I used that.
But like
argument.
they have kids with them.
Oh, no, 100%. No, 100%. I think it's the right call.
Yeah.
They're also it's easier to track a group that size.
Yeah.
Whereas like Oscar and Guinevere can just get off the road and go through the woods and be harder to find.
The matriarch does give them a pendant that basically is detect good and evil within 30 feet. It will glow, which comes in handy later.
What?
I was like, is
foreshadowing?
this going to come back? Like, genuinely, I was like,
yeah.
Well, okay. It's got to come back at some point, right?
And it comes back way later than you expect.
Yeah.
Because I thought when... I thought it was going to come back when I thought one of two things was going to happen. I thought it was going to come back when they meet Wensleydale.
I mean, it should have been glowing when they met her parents, but yeah.
Her parents aren't evil.
I know.
Well, they're not great.
They're not great, but they are not, like, they don't have evil intentions.
Yeah.
So.
But it does eventually, but it also doesn't come back when they meet the Opal of the Ocean for the first time.
When they meet her for the first time? They only meet her, only Guinevere meets her once.
Oh, and Ford's wearing the amulet.
No, he's put it away. There's a whole thing where he gets dressed for the ball and he deliberately leaves his shitty pendant in his bag because he's like, everyone's wearing gold and silver jewels and I have a leather fucking cord, right? So he deliberately keeps it in his bag. The only reason
he doesn't have it on him.
Yeah, the only reason it comes back is because he throws the bag and it he notices it when he's putting all of his shit back into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even things like that, so clever.
Yeah.
Right? This book is filled with clever little details that return and return and return.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they go on this long journey. They have some great sex. They also have some quiet bedroll sex amongst other campers when they get to the gorge between two mountains.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that scene.
Yeah, that was great.
We do get the, you're cheating on me kind of moment in Zadash.
Oh. Where so one of the mercenaries catches his eye and is basically like, hey, you help us, we'll cut you in on this deal. And Oscar's like, no way in hell.
But the way they get there is that Oscar's like, I'm gonna go buy sandwiches from the best sandwich maker in town.
Yeah, and so Guinevere is obviously looking out the window and sees him go outside with this woman.
And this mercenary, the thing that cracked me up about this scene is this mercenary woman is is a mercenary, but she's in this hot red dress. And I'm like, Celine, why are you dressed like that right now? You're working.
Yeah, so Guinevere thinks she's a night dove. And I love the moment where they talk about this later. And he's like, oh, you mean a sex worker? And she's like, shh. Like, she fully forces him to stop, to not say it out loud. Because she's like, that's too crude. Very funny. But yeah, there is that moment of jealousy and she's about to leave. Like she's packed up to go because she's like, well, clearly. But she spends
the joke that she would have gotten away, except she spends fucking forever writing the letter is so good.
Yeah. That was very funny.
But again, all of this, the book is very funny, and genuinely funny.
Yeah.
And it's not jokes. It doesn't lean too hard on Critical Role references. it is...
No, not at all.
Thea creates this world of characters who are themselves humorous in a way that I just really enjoyed.
Yeah. Looks like Random Bridge 4 is about to go get this book.
Let's go. Critical Role. We
Cheers.
owe U.S. commission.
Yeah.
We're selling novels for you.
No, I hope you love it. Would love to know what you think, either Discord or comments or whatever, because I think the book is delightful. I haven't really seen a lot of talk about it online, so it's hard to gauge the like public reception of it. But we both really liked it, and I hope that you do as well.
They do eventually get to Wensleydale's Manor. It's very impressive. It's 4 stories.
Yes, they do stall. What's going on over there?
Don't know. They're beeping.
Did they get tapped and they're doing the voice thing?
No.
No, it's just going a little wonky. So they do stall because they're like almost there, and neither of them wants to get there. And Guinevere makes flower crowns that she forces Oscar and the 2 horses to wear. Love that the horses have personality to them.
Yeah. Puddin'.
Yeah, Puddin' is the sweetest, and it's not Vindicator, because I know that's the gun from, but it is Vindication, or yeah, I think. Literally keeps trying to fucking eat Oscar, and Oscar's just like, just every time he tries to like bite him, it just like moves his head. Like there's like no. It's like very silly in a way, but I've known enough horses in my life that I'm like, oh yeah, I can see
1,000%.
it.
Yeah. Oh god, horses are the most annoying fucks ever. They do not understand personal space at all.
Goats are the most annoying fucks.
Okay, I've never had goats. I'm not crazy. The horses do bring out a lot of the best in Oscar, which is good for the falling in love part.
Yeah.
Because like the moment where I think that I can say that Oscar and Guinevere, where Guinevere falls in love with Oscar for real, is not a sex scene, right?
Yeah.
It is when they're with the Bone Crushers and it starts to rain, and Oscar is like, "You go under the tent. I am not gonna let the horses walk in the rain," and he just gets out. And
he keeps watching. He stays
drenched
with the
to the bone.
Yeah.
And it's just walking the horses and making sure that because here's the thing, like horses are incredible creatures, but on human, or in this world, person-built roads, there's a lot of dangers for their feet. And if a horse breaks a leg, you kind of have to put him down. Like recovering a horse's leg is almost impossible. Unless
you have some kind of healing magic.
Fair.
No, in this world it's a possibility, but you can't, if it happens and there's no magic around, you're what are you gonna do? Carry the horse?
And it is like the hottest scene in the book for Guinevere in a way. Like there's great, the sex scenes are great, but when she's just like watching him trudging and seeing that he cares so much about these horses, that's the kind of shit you fall in love for.
Well, and I think that the build up to that was there as well, because there's the moment where the first time Oscar cries about his mom dying is in Guinevere's arms.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I really liked that was just that moment by itself.
And it didn't lead to sex.
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually thought that was the right choice. I thought it was really well done. I thought it was beautiful. It was heartfelt. But I think that care begins that moment is built to so well because of all these moments where Guinevere realizes how much Oscar cares, right? And it's like, well, it's his mom, yes, of course he cares, but there is more and more care for the horses, for some strangers, right? Like that I think that moment is just built to so beautifully in who Oscar is, and then again what then Guinevere loves about him.
Yeah, no, 100%. There's so much empathy in him, and he is hardened by life, but one of the things I love about him as a character is how much you can see the impact his mom has had on him. Because we learned that he was a thief at one point. Yeah. And his mom had this incredible soap that she had, or this bathing oil.
Bath
that
oil.
She had brought from Barofcraw, where her clan is, and that she had, at a moment of desperation, sold it off. And her son took it upon himself to gang up with the gang leaders from earlier in the book
and
steal it back.
Yeah.
And he did. And she was like, hey, we can't return this because you'll go to jail. but never fucking do this again.
Well, she's just like, that's not what I want for you. Like,
Yeah.
like.
Well, and she also says, like, I sold this honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I did. Selling to them and selling back is not good.
Yeah. And so the next day he goes and gets an apprenticeship
Yeah.
to try and, make honest living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the soap comes back because while the night that they spend at Oscar's house before they leave the Dust Bells earlier in the book,
Yeah.
She dumps it in her bath.
Yeah.
And Oscar isn't mad at her that mad. He's like frustrated a little bit.
Yeah.
But I like that he didn't blow up about it.
Yeah, because it's absolutely reasonable that she would have no idea that meant something more than just some bath oil.
But when he tells her about the soap later, she's like, I am the worst
I know, yeah.
person
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. He's like, well, you couldn't have known. Like,
Yeah, and I like that he was like, you know what? She would have wanted you to use it. Like,
yeah.
that
Everyone in this story is so reasonable. Like, they are like reasonable
Yes.
human beings. Like, I hate
even the villains are like reasonable.
Yeah, one of the things that I just get so tired of in stories is like people who just act so irrationally all the time, because I feel like I cannot relate to the person. I do not understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. And so everybody being a like very rational human being and not having to manufacture tension was great.
Well, and even like the moment where Celine shows up in Zadash and they have the conversation, she's like, I'm not going to attack you here. The Crown's Guard are everywhere.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not stupid.
The book establishes that there are consequences for actions in this world, and that the mercenaries are going to attack them in the middle of nowhere. Like, there's little ways like that where the book tells the story of the world.
And it feels real.
And the world feels real.
Yeah.
Even though it is a fake book in a fake world.
Yes.
That people played a D&D game.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I think Tusk Love is literally an improvised joke that Matt makes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mark. And it grows from that, right? Into what has become a book that I'm like, I bought in. There was a lot of buy-in from me on this.
Yeah.
And that surprised me.
Yeah.
I
was here for it.
Yeah.
I was like page 2. I was already like, oh, I'm here for this. I dig it. I really like it.
Izathra says, yeah, that's why I enjoyed it. And wanted to finish it before I joined here. Totally understand.
Yeah.
I totally understand.
Yeah, absolutely fair.
It's a really good book.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Not
for like a 9-hour audiobook, like,
it's not overly complicated.
Yeah.
It's an easy
And
read. It was delightful.
That can sound like a diss, like it's not complicated.
Yeah.
But in this case,
not everything needs to be complicated.
Because the book is about how do these two people come to a mutual understanding. I think that not complicating it by making everything else random and big is actually to the benefit of the story.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest problems Fourth Wing has, and I'm only bringing up Fourth Wing, I'm not trying to shit on that series in particular.
It's just the one we've thing that
read the most recently.
Yeah.
On the channel. Is that, God, does that series just get too... It's really about this one relationship, but everything around it is so complicated.
Yeah.
And the lore is so, like, complicated in a way that it contradicts itself, but it's so complicated. And it was nice to read a book like this where it was just like, this is a story of, like, love between two people, and that love feels genuine, and the love is about far more than just the sex.
Yes. I also am glad that they didn't really make a, like, huge deal out of her virginity.
What do you mean?
Stories like that I find can be in like our world in a certain time period. I understand it. In a like fantasy world, I'm always like, okay, like what does that mean? And she has a moment of like, yes, I'm a virgin, but I'm not saving it for him, and I would actually like this, like I would like my first time to be a choice of my own, and not a choice that is put upon me. And I just liked that it wasn't like, well, but we can't because I'm saving myself. Like that, like that's just a trope that I don't find super interesting.
The only moment about it that I did kind of find kind of funny is when he finds out she's a virgin.
Yeah.
And in that conversation, and he's like, you're not saving yourself for him, are you? About Wensleydale?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're the only man she's going to see for the next few weeks. Who do you think she's going to fuck between now and fucking Nicodranas.
Yeah.
You're not safe. But they weren't sleeping together at that point. I don't even think they'd kissed yet. And he's like, you're not
No,
safe.
they are. That was after the waterfall scene. Because he says there's no
Oh,
mistaking how tight you are. Like, I can feel that you're a virgin in there.
Which is bullshit. 1,000% bullshit.
That is a fantasy thing that we just, I guess, are like, whatever. Also, she never gets pregnant. And they don't, like, address that she's, like, taken anything.
I mean...
Even though he comes inside of her a few times, like...
if she were pregnant, they wouldn't know yet.
I mean, it's a couple of weeks to...
Yeah, you find out at, like, 5-6 weeks. They're not together for a month.
No, I know, but I'm like, it is one of those things where I'm like, could you imagine if she married this Wensleydale person? It was like, I'm pregnant with that orc.
Quarter orc. Quark.
Yeah, I was like, they don't address it in the book
offensive?
at all. A quark, a quarter orc. I don't know. You'll have to ask an orc.
Now I want to play a quark.
Oh my god, that's very
no. I'm
funny.
a quark. What the fuck does it? I'm a quarter orc.
Quark is what you named your D&D character monk halfling that we played.
That was just cork.
Oh.
Not quark.
Oh, my bad.
That was just cork.
Gotcha. But it
very
was with a
very
Q,
different.
so
yeah,
it was
QORK.
Yeah.
Cork. Yeah, he died.
Anyways, yeah, I it is very funny to me that they did not address any kind of potential pregnancies, and the book was just like, we're not gonna worry about that.
That would have been weeks out. That would have been a problem for, later.
No, they don't have like a tea that you drink afterwards to make sure that you don't get pregnant.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think they were worried about that. I think they were mostly worried about living and about getting more of his come inside of her.
That is definitely what she was worried about.
Yeah. So they get to Wensleydale's manor, and we find out that Wensleydale is not the worst guy.
He seems kind of
but
cool.
Also he definitely doesn't love her. He wants her jewels. But also it is that thing where because he's kind of young and hot.
Yeah.
And also rich and also
well, he's not young. He's almost 40. And she's 20.
Sure, yeah. But also
But I do love that Oscar's like, at least he's not that old. And I'm like,
yeah.
He's almost twice her age.
Sure. But in terms of these kind of marriages, it's not. He seems nice enough.
Yeah.
That I like that the book didn't try and make it like she was gonna be miserable.
Yeah.
She would have been fine.
Yeah.
She probably would have fallen in love with him over time. They probably would have had a decent life together.
Well, that's what you think until later on.
But even with what you learn later on, it's not that he's a terrible person. You know what I mean? The situation gets fucked really fast.
Here's my thing. This is not exactly in the book per se, but I do think it is implied that Guinevere would not have lived very long because he was like, you think I would sully my bloodline with a commoner, meaning that he's gonna marry her and get jewels and she'll be around for maybe a year and then she will mysteriously disappear. Which again is not explicitly said. But
it's not explicitly said.
The language that he uses around having a baby with her makes me suspicious. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I didn't read it as harshly as you did. I kind of. It happens in such a high stress scenario when they've been kidnapped and
Which is fair, yeah.
So I felt like it was a little.
It might have been an outburst of emotion.
Yeah.
But I do think that
that's kind of where I read into it more than.
I just think there's a non-zero possibility of her getting.
Sure. That's tough. I was trying to read it generously.
Sure. Yeah,
I think.
Sure.
I think I was trying to.
Fair.
And also just I kind of wanted it to be that she chooses Oscar because he's the right choice for her. And not because the other choice is terrible. There's so many of these books where they make the choice at the end isn't a choice. Mm-hmm. There's a good option and a bad option.
Yeah.
And I kind of liked reading it as there's two good options, but she loves Oscar. And so that's the life she wants, right? It's more about what she wants than the other option is fucking terrible.
Because she chooses Oscar and she chooses running away, even without Oscar, before Wensleydale reveals his true colors. So it actually doesn't really like take away or diminish that
fair,
choice, for me at least. Like she had already decided that she wasn't going to stay regardless of the circumstances.
Yeah.
And then it just is shown that he actually like kind of sucks a little bit, thinks he's very superior to the people around him. So
when they get to Wednesdale's manor, Wednesdale's like, what do you want? Oscar, you got her here.
Yeah.
Anything I can give you. And he's like, I appreciate Oscar. Like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
No, I don't need.
He's like, how about a horse? And Guinevere's like, he already has the best horse.
He has the best horse.
The best horse.
A horse that will terrorize him now that I'm not around.
Yeah.
And so they decide they're going to have a ball. The ball
was already
previously established. Yeah. But they go to the ball. Oscar sees Guinevere come down the stairs with Wensleydale in the dress from the ball and is like, I gotta go. And you know what, Oscar? You made the right call.
Fair. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of there, bud.
Yeah.
That would be a night of awful.
Torture. Yeah.
Oh my God. I broke up with a girl. I ended it. Like, I was like, I'm done. And then she was in a show with a friend of mine. So I went to the opening night and she had started dating someone in the cast. And so at the like party, and she knew I was going to be there. Like, it wasn't weird. I had messaged her and been like, hey, is it okay if I come? Like, I don't want to like make you uncomfortable or whatever. She's like, no, I'm dating someone now. It's all good. And she was in like a hot dress. And they were on each other and like celebrating. And I was like, hey, bud, I'm proud of you. Show's great. You're fantastic. I'm going to go.
Yeah.
And he was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I don't need to hang out. This is going to be a weird night for me if I do. And he was like, you know what? I also was like, I don't want them to stop.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I was like.
Nothing against them, but.
So I was at the party for like all of 8 minutes.
Yeah.
But I saw them and I was like, if they see me and they feel awkward or like they need to not celebrate the way they want to celebrate because I'm here, then I'm just I love you and like we'll let's go to beer next week, like whatever. But like I don't need to watch that or I don't need to impact that. And I approve of Oscar being like, I'm out. This is I should be here for so many reasons right now. Mostly because like my wife just said, I might have put a baby in that girl and there might be a quirk coming soon.
Yeah, you never know.
Coming soon to a manor near you.
Jesus Christ.
A quark. Or twins. Twin quarks.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Would that be just a half orc? Because the 2 quarters make a half.
I guess if they're conjoined. I don't know.
We're 2/8 orc.
That's, too much math. For me, honestly, I'm out. I'm going to tap out right there because...
I guess you're still just a quarter orc, though.
I guess.
Because it's 2/8. Damn it, yeah.
Again,
Twerks.
math. Twerk. Yeah.
I gave birth to twerks.
Jesus. Yeah. So,
we meet the Opal of the Ocean.
We do. Guinevere's, like, at this ball, and people are talking, and we talked about that her family sucks. We should specify that when she arrives, they don't really have a care for her well-being. They're not really interested in her or, her safety, but they're glad that the treasure's there and that their status is going to be elevated and it's what they've always wanted, that she's going to marry this guy. And basically the whole evening, her parents are basically getting made fun of by the higher-ups, and they just either choose to not notice or actually don't notice. But Guinevere notices. She's having a bit of an awkward time. She goes to meet the Pearl of the Ocean.
The Opal of the Ocean.
Opal of the Ocean. Yeah.
Not to be confused with the Ruby of the Sea.
Yeah. Sorry, the Opal of the Ocean, who is the like musician performer who we learn was a common born person who has a patron who has helped her get all these like fancy gigs and elevate her status. And
by sleeping her way to the top.
Yeah.
Which is literally Jester's mom.
Yeah. So Guinevere is kind of hopeful that she'll find kindred spirit in a way with her, but the interaction is very cold, and Guinevere leaves disappointed because, spoiler alert, some of you haven't finished this book yet, so like spoilers, just mute for like 5 seconds.
The Opal of the Ocean is Celine. It's the woman in the red dress.
Yeah, she's like magically disguised. It is one of the mercenaries.
And so she gets we get kind of the big confrontation scene where
Guinevere goes to find Oscar, can't
Yeah.
find him anywhere, goes to the stables, and he is there about to leave. And she's like, I don't want this. I want you, and I want what we have. And he's like, nah. We were just fucking around.
but
You're gonna be happy here.
his reasoning is right.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
Like his idea of like, hey, like you love this stuff. You love your little forks.
He thinks that she belongs here.
Yeah, and he's like, if you might really love a week on the road with me. You might love a month, but you're gonna come to resent me because I'm not gonna be able to give you this.
Yeah.
And I do understand where he's coming from, right? She doesn't say I love you here, right? And I think if she did, it would have turned out differently. But he is saying like, I cannot provide you with this.
Mm-hmm.
And even if right now, because we've been fucking for the last few weeks, it feels great.
Yeah.
The reality is eventually you're going to tire of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to put myself in a position where I have to live with that heartache.
Yeah.
Like, I have broken up with women for the exact same reason. Not because I wanted them to go on the road with me, but because the reality is there is something that they keep telling me they want in their future that I will not ever be able to give them.
For sure.
One of my exes, it was that my life would become more stable. Right? And that like that the acting thing would eventually like I'd blow up and like eventually things would become a little more stable. And I was like, that's not how this works.
Yeah. I can't guarantee that.
I can't, and I don't want to watch our relationship fizzle while you wait for that.
Yeah.
And then with another, it was kids, and she does, and you know now she has 2 of them.
Yeah.
Right, and she's very happy, and
yeah, I think the difference in this scene, obviously, and it's to create the tension, and it's not done in a way that I don't think doesn't make sense at all. But like Guinevere never actually says that this is what she wants.
Yeah, it is. She does.
She wants the rich life. No, she
Oh,
says...
I see. I thought you meant she says she wants to go with Oscar.
Yeah,
she
like
says she wants that
she
life,
is
yeah.
making the choice, and Oscar just like doesn't believe her, which I don't think is unreasonable.
Yeah.
But I do think that it is a part of like, I think that it is a folly that a lot of people have.
Yeah.
Is that they think that they know better, right? Because it's their lived experience, and they're not listening to the other person. And I agree, especially for Oscar, who literally has no job, no like plan for any kind of future. Like there isn't anything there that he can promise her or give her. He cares about her enough to try and give her the best life possible, even though it's not with him.
Yeah.
And it's a heartbreaking scene because Oscar gets mean about it.
Yeah. But it's that mean that you get when you're like, I need to end this in a way where it's done.
It's final.
So that I can move on.
Yes.
Because if there's any door open.
Yes, if it's not a clean break, there will be problems.
Yeah, I'm bad at that. I end things in a way where I'm like, but like, oh my, I'm crying, I cry, and
yeah.
And then I'm friends with my exes. So there's a reason why I'm friends with all my exes.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, she won't mind me telling this story. I one of my close friends, we dated for like a month and a half. Like it was very short. And we were in my bed and it was like 3:00 in the morning. And we were just lying there talking. And I realized like I couldn't be in a relationship with her. Like we couldn't date. And I like started to cry and I like ended it.
Yeah.
But it's the middle of the night and she lived in Staten Island.
Uh-huh.
And so we're lying there and she was like, I appreciate that. Can I stay here until the Staten Island ferry starts running again?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, no, of course. I'm so sorry. She's like, stop apologizing. I was like 20.
Sure, yeah.
And so we just laid silently, fully awake in my bed next to each other for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah. Well. Sometimes just how things work out, you know.
Just not a great. I should have realized it and told her the next day. I could have made that so much less painful for both of us. I shit the bed. Thankfully, I didn't actually shit the bed because she was in bed with me. But
that would have been awkward.
I shit the bed that night. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not my finest moment.
We've all been there.
Yeah. But anyway,
Yeah.
so Celine reveals herself to be the fake Opal of the Ocean.
Yeah, sorry.
Kidnaps our girl Guinevere.
Yes, she's left Oscar at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love, but not far enough that Oscar doesn't like immediately know
It's
she's been
within
kidnapped.
30 feet.
Yeah.
That's all we know.
And so Celine takes her, they get on a boat and they're going to escape. But Oscar takes command. Oh, and they've also kidnapped Wensleydale.
Yes.
And so Oscar takes command of Wensleydale's guards because he just starts giving them orders. And I guess soldiers just like orders. They're like, yes, sir.
This guy seems to know what he's doing.
But Oscar literally is like, shut down the city. And Wensleydale's guards are like,
the city?
yeah, he's like, I need
No, the manor. No one can leave, like, the property without being questioned.
No, he sends people to the city gates. He's like,
city?
Yeah, watch. He's like, go send people to watch all of the entrances, exits of the city.
I guess
no one can leave.
Wensleydale is so rich.
Yeah, he's got an army.
Yeah.
And so there's one boat leaving, so they track down the boat. There was a moment where I was like, how the fuck did Oscar get here? But when he's like, this is the only boat leaving the harbor, I was like, yeah, that makes enough sense.
Yeah, so he just like, pops in like a rowboat with like 10 guards who then all die.
Yeah, all of Wensleydale's guards die. That's so sad.
I know. It's like, oh, damn.
Well, and I did like the language that Thea uses in that moment of, I lost 10 men.
Yeah.
Like, Oscar doesn't treat that as nothing.
Yeah.
They're not fodder to him. He is like, I was in command, and I fucked that.
Yeah.
It doesn't impact the story that much. But we cut to inside the hold of this ship.
Yeah.
Basically, all secrets are revealed. Guinevere's dad was working for this guy, robbed him blind.
Yeah.
And then sold off the magical items that he robbed from this guy in order to rise up from being a gardener to being...
Yeah, some of them anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for the Pura, which is all in this chest, which is this set of...
It's a set of jewels that belongs to the Matron of Ravens.
Yes. A notoriously kind and forgiving god.
Yeah, super chill. And they sealed the trunk with Guinevere's blood.
Yeah.
So it cannot be opened unless she willingly, like, uses her blood to open it. So the plan was to marry off to Wensleydale and then tell her about it so that she opened the trunk.
But unfortunately, her dad got drunk and told a bunch of people in a bar, and so this guy was able to track her down, and that's why the book happens.
Yes.
And so...
Because her parents suck.
Yeah. So this is the point where we get Wensleydale's kind of like evil turn, because Guinevere's kind of like, you can have the jewels. She doesn't care that much about them. And Wensleydale's like, you think I would marry you for anything other than, and...
Well, it gets to the moment where the bird guy, what's his name? It starts with an A.
I can't remember off the top of my head. It's like Arakakrik or something.
No, Arakakra is the race of birds that is D&D, which is not the same race of birds that is in this. Because they are trying to differentiate from D&D language.
But they haven't introduced the bird person name for Daggerheart yet.
Yeah. Well, they did it in this book. So, basically, Guinevere doesn't actually give a shit about the jewels. But she has discovered a sense of self. So, when given the choice of, I will kill Wensleydale or you'll give me these jewels and you'll open this chest, she just is like, no, actually, I don't like either of those two options.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm kind of sick of being told what to do.
Yeah.
I'm not here for any of this. And that was one of my favorite moments, honestly.
Yeah, it was great.
It was when she was like, no. Actually, no, I'm good, actually. That's when Oscar shows up. Mm-hmm. And basically
right through the
fucking
ceiling.
drop kicks this bird. But the bird has some magic items.
Unfortunately,
and spears Oscar through the chest with ice, like nailing him to the floor of the boat. And I was like,
it's a good thing D&D has healing magic, because he was fucked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, I imagine, like, hole in chest. Like,
we also find, though, that the chest has been running off of her magic this whole time.
Yes, because she is magical.
And so there's this interesting, like, through line of the book of her being unable to control her magic, or unable, like, there's a block and she can't tap into it.
Because of her fear. Yeah.
But I think that also it's because part of it is always being pulled to power the chest.
Probably, yeah.
Right? Because she does open the chest, and then she is able to control her magic again.
She opens the chest because the guy's like, there's a healing scepter in there.
Yes.
And I'll heal Oscar. And
Yes.
then when he opens the chest, he's like, actually, just kidding. Fuck you guys.
But there is a healing scepter.
There is a healing
That
scepter.
wasn't a lie. Yeah.
But he's not going to heal Oscar.
But she is able to control her fire spirit
Yeah.
after the chest is open.
Yes.
So I think that part of the magic that was binding the chest closed
Mm-hmm.
was siphoning away just enough from her that was getting in the way of her using her magic. And I like the detail of like because there's a moment on the road, there's a moment when they're fighting before the Bone Crusher clan shows up where she's trying to summon her power and she can't.
Yeah.
And she's like, there's just some block. Right?
Yeah.
And I think that was the blood magic was causing it to be more erratic than it would have been if she'd grown up in kindred with her fire spirit without that kind of power being pulled away from her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And without the fear of always doing something wrong, because
Yeah.
her parents have blamed her for everything bad about their lives.
Yeah. Zathra says, retroactively, I like to think this is part of why Jester loves the idea of being a pirate. Yeah, I can see that.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
You mean legitimate shipping operation,
Yeah.
Zathras.
So Guinevere is able to team up with Tyned,
Yeah.
and burn this birdie to a crisp. Anyone want some speciale for dinner?
I don't want to eat a person.
It's a bird.
He's
person.
sapient.
It doesn't matter. There's nothing left except ashes anyways.
Yeah.
And so she's able to use, because she is magical, she's able to use the scepter to
Yeah.
heal Oscar, and it's fine. She's like having this moment where she's like saved him and she's feeling so good, and Oscar gets up and he's like, what the fuck are you still doing here? The ship is on fire. So they grab Lord Wensleydale and get off the boat. And Lord Wensleydale makes a reference to, I think it was like, the help
Yeah.
in terms of Oscar. And so they shove him out of the boat.
No, she cracks him in the face and breaks his nose.
Oh, I thought that was earlier.
No,
yeah.
She fucking cracks him across the nose.
Yeah.
Breaks it.
Yeah.
And then they leave him to swim by himself.
Yeah, they leave him to swim to shore.
And they live happily ever after.
Pretty much. Yeah, they take off.
They tell her parents to go fuck themselves.
Pretty much. There's this moment where the mom is like, well, you're so ungrateful. What are we supposed to do? You know, we gave everything to you. And she's like, well, here's this lightning ring. You can take that. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm out. I don't want to see you again.
Sell that. Have a nice life.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's it. Honestly,
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's just a great little story.
Yep. It's a tidy little ending. I would honestly love a part 2 where they go to see his mom's clan. You know, like what that looks like for them. I would follow these two characters for books.
Part 2 of this series would be a little bit tough. Just because
where does the conflict come from and what's the... You know, and that's the last thing I want is like, well, now we have to manufacture conflict and tension by people being like dumb.
You know what I think would be a fun way to do a part 2 of this?
What?
Is to have them pick up 2 party members and then have the romance storyline be like
the other 2.
Oscar and Guinevere having real relationship struggles.
Yeah.
You know, like of trying to blend their sort of disparate lives together.
Yeah.
But not have it go full like crazy.
Yeah.
Let some of the sequels and books do.
Yeah.
But then have the like budding slow burn romance be the other 2 characters in their party.
Yeah.
And it's about the 4 of them forming an adventuring party and like going north together.
Yeah.
I think there could be a really fun way to like not go through the trope of like we're doing book 1 again. Which is sort of what it's my biggest problem with Fourth Ring, right? Is that like every book is a slow burn between 2 characters that have fucked so much that I don't understand why we're still doing slow burn between them.
Yeah.
That would kind of alleviate that, and then they could form sort of a more traditional Dungeons and Dragons party. Get like you know, probably a druid because Oscar hates them, and wizard or like a cleric or something.
Yeah.
Probably a cleric. They need a healer. And you could do that in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, this book is delightful. If you're here and you haven't read it, we just spoiled the whole thing for you, but I really recommend picking it up. It's a lot of fun. The smut scenes are great, honestly. I have not read a lot of smut. but I think these, out of the 3 smut books that I have read, this is by far the best. What?
I don't know. I think Kushiel's Dart is probably the best like smut book I've read.
I wouldn't consider that book smut though.
And that's where it gets complicated.
Because there's sex in it, but that's not what the book is about.
But to compare that book and this book is so unfair.
So yeah,
they are so different.
Completely different. I really genuinely don't really consider Kushiel's Dart to be smut.
Yeah. The scale of that book is just so amazing.
Yeah.
Like the way it comes together at the end, and yeah, they're very different.
Yeah.
Brian Bell, you gotta finish it. It's so good.
Yeah.
Zathra says in campaign 2, isn't the next book in the series called Ghost Stick? I could be wrong. Is Ghost Stick a sequel to Tusk Love? I thought it was just the next smut book they read.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I don't know that they would be able to publish Ghost Stick.
I don't know if that can be in the title.
Well, but like you have like Dick, like as like a name, like Dick Tracy, right? So is
that on the name of a novel?
You can write Dick Tracy on the edge of a book because it's a character's name.
I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I would read Ghost Stick.
Sure. I'm pretty sure I've actually seen that Star Trek episode. So.
Oh yeah.
It's fine. We're gonna work on the whole Star Trek thing with you.
There was the one that Caleb bought that was like a history book that had smut in it. Yeah. It's about a ghost detective. That's funny. Yeah, because then you could get away with it.
Oh, right. Because it's not about his dick. It's about his name.
His name's Dick.
Yeah, okay.
Or gotcha. It's his like job title, but slang.
Dick for detective?
Yeah.
Never heard that before.
Yeah, that's the thing.
All right, sure.
Yeah.
Chat, any questions before we wrap it up? Because
we didn't do every beat, but like go read the book.
Yeah.
It's a great read. I think Thea Guanzon did a great job.
Yeah.
I think that it was better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that Critical Role puts out bad stuff, but when you tell me it's like, oh yeah, we had a writer throw together the smut book from our D&D campaign.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm like, this is going to be a schlocky kind of getting through the beats so that we kind of did the thing.
Yeah, it's a funny gag.
And this isn't a gag book.
No.
It is a really genuine novel that, if it wasn't connected to Critical Role, would be just as good. It doesn't need, because you have no idea what any of this references.
No.
Like for me, like this is just a fun little fantasy romance book.
Yeah.
That has some really good writing in it.
Yeah.
And I think that is what's so impressive about it, is that it doesn't lean too hard on its Critical Role audience.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you could recommend this book to your friends who have no idea what Critical Role is.
Yeah.
And they would have no problem enjoying the shit out of it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
100%. I think you mentioned it before, but favorite spice scene?
The waterfall.
The waterfall. Yeah. Honestly,
because the tease of it was really hot. And
yeah.
The Oscar becoming so overcome by his need in that moment.
Yeah.
And in his like pleasure at pleasing her, that was hot.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that the waterfall was the hottest one. But, like, a honestly really close second was the tree, because, like, we talked about what it meant for the characters.
Yeah.
Like, and who they are as people, and discovering, like, especially Guinevere, like discovering herself, and that she's allowed to have wants and needs. All the smut, though, was great, but that waterfall scene is pretty banging.
Yeah. Need a varied diet of books. I agree with that, Bryce. You got to read a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Don't only read one trope. Brian Bell says, I'm pleasantly surprised by the quality of it and how entertaining it is.
Yeah.
And that is Tusk Love.
Hell yeah.
Do you want to do high-low?
Let's do it.
All right. Claire's going to do her high. I do my low. She does her low. I do my high, because we complement sandwich this biche. Clarus, what is your high for Tusk Love?
This is going to be kind of generic.
Okay.
But, like, my favorite thing about this book is that it all the characters felt real. There was no weird manufactured tension that I was like, well, this person's acting completely unreasonably for whatever reason. Like, I felt like the world and the foundation of the book I thought was just solid. So solid. They, again, could have relied on this being a gag book and it just being a little bit silly, but it wasn't. It was silly, but in a positive way. It was funny. I like, my high is kind of just like my general overall enjoyment of this book because of the care that I think went into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your
sure.
low?
I think that I would have liked a little bit more of the villain earlier on.
Yeah.
I didn't really care about the villain in any way.
Yeah. Because it was a very, very late reveal.
Yeah, and so that happened, and I was like, I almost would have rather the end fight had been with Celine, because I had not feelings for her, but like I had a feeling about her as a character, and instead it being this guy that I was like, oh yeah, he's the bad guy, okay, cool, and then he's done. So if he had been seeded in somehow earlier on, that I think there could have been a way that might have. He is sort of in the like dream thing where she's like, my dad stabbed me in the dream that she has, but I
mean, it's just his name.
Yeah,
say, so
I just that would have been the only thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't know what my low is.
And that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, it's honestly hard to think of something. Everything is like pretty solid all the way through.
I agree. Well, in that case, my high is, for the podcast listeners, I'm not going to just let it be silent forever. Yeah. My high is the waterfall scene.
Yeah.
It was really hot.
Fair.
It was hot.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, I'm into this. I want a fucking waterfall.
I know. I'm like, all right, waterfalls in Ontario.
Private waterfall.
Yeah. No, it was very good.
With that, this has been the Nerdy Weird Book Club. If you like the video, like, subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave me comments down below because the algorithm got us hungry and we must feed her. Give us a 5-star review everywhere on podcast feeds. Make sure you leave a little review so that we can grow the show. That's how it works. This algorithm goddess is obviously Guinevere or Pudding.
Yeah, either one.
I also like Pudding is the joke Sam makes at the beginning of the Wildmount Wildlings streams.
Oh, okay.
Because way back when, Brennan started it with fire, and then I think it was Matt did water, and then Abria did earth, and so they started to do the like avatar things at the start of different campaigns, which Katie Maravich just finished with air finally on D&D Dimension 20 on a Bus. If you haven't seen Dimension 20 on a Bus, go watch that. Great campaign. Mark Mercer obviously is in it. It's great. And so Sam started his Wildmount Wildlings like 4-shot they just did with pudding. As a like joke on what the others were doing.
Right.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
And so I did like that pudding was the horse in this.
Yeah.
Gotta tie everything together in a big old fucking knot.
Why not?
Y'all, if you want to follow us on the internet, you can. I'm at Nerdy Nightly.
I'm at Claris Polaris.
Do something nerdy tonight.
Hell yeah.
Do we do Smut Corner?
I don't know if there's much that I'd add in here, honestly.
Yeah, it's tough.
Like, I liked
Big butts?
the layout of it, yeah. I mean, not like.
There's not big butts in this.
No.
I cannot lie.
No. But they do, like, clap cheeks frequently.
They clap them cheeks.
Yeah.
I'm impressed that she managed to stay silent in the bedroll. That one would have been tough for me. Bye, guys. Thank you, Mod. See you later.
Bye. Read the book.